All right. So I think Cephrial is probably just like not trying to be in plain view, maybe kind of like leaning against the wall in an alleyway, and sort of just like looking around, seeing if there's anybody walking by who, in a pinch might need her special abilities in return for something.
No one that you can like tell in the immediate point. I mean, if you want to make just kind of a perception check to see if there's anyone you could convince. But if you're kind of just passively looking, no one seems to be shopping around.
Oh, actually, I have an ability called Find the Faithful, which is a lore, which I don't think I even got to use lore last time. I need to find this in the doc, because I know this helps me in some way. Okay. The Fallen may locate an individual by their unique faith, if they know their name and are within a few miles of the target. So not... I could have sworn it was something like... Anyway. Never mind then. I'll make the perception check. Let's see. And that's perception, just perception on its own?
Perception, yeah. Perception and, we'll just say empathy.
Ooh, okay. At least one more. What's the DC?
We'll say 8.
No successes, but no ones.
Okay. Yeah, no one's really given off the vibes of looking for your specific brand of assistance, if that makes sense. But also, you don't see any of the sorts of groups that would take umbrage with your purveyed goods. So, no problems made in this hour.
That is good. Yeah, I think it can sort of also be explained by Cephrial's not looking for, just anybody with any sort of condition, not going to draw attention to herself for nothing, So it would have to be like a desperate situation where, you make a deal in your time of need. Sort of an opportunistic hunter, because the other way is just much harder, and why work harder than you have to?
Makes sense. Are you doing this while you're close to the cafe you're going to meet Kelly at, or?
Yeah, this is sort of how I'm occupying my time.
And is everyone else with you? I'm assuming.
I would be with her.
Yeah. I don't know if Zara is working, or I mean, Baz goes like anywhere. He's like, "Where's Waldo?" Just all over, wherever.
If you look hard enough, you can find Bazzozan anywhere.
That's like, if you look hard enough, it gets funny.
Yeah, I think I would be there.
All right. So it's a relatively chill cafe. There's a couple people outside. It's November, but it's a relatively warm day for November. I'll send you guys an image, but it's a lot of like wood and orange inside the it won't print screen, but it's a lot of orange and wood, very warm, both figuratively and literally in the cafe. If you're just looking kind of through the windows to get an idea of who's in there, you see a couple people inside, and one of the people you do recognize, Fang. It's a woman, short-cut hair, in a pea coat, just kind of typing away at a computer, talking across the table from someone else, and kind of just, they have a bagel and just a regular cup of coffee with them. Just kind of having a normal day. There's nothing really off about them, but you would recognize this person as Kelly.
but she's engaged right now.
Correct.
So I'm going to try to go behind whoever she's talking to and sort of like make eye contact and be like, do an eyebrow sort of thing. Because I don't know if this conversation is regular business or, business.
Yeah, they you kind of come up and they go, "Oh, Fang, it's lovely to see you. If you could move slightly, I'll come back to you. We'll talk soon. Hi, Fang. How are you today?"
So good. Even better now that I'm seeing you.
Oh, of course, but you don't have to be flattering. This is just what we do for each other.
Good to know.
If I could show you, this is Anna. This is one of mine. I'm looking over her. Anna, say hello to Fang. And she just, "Hi, how's it going?"
Hi, nice to meet you.
If you could get us another round of coffee, tea, what's your preference?
Black coffee.
Black coffee, that would be great. Did you bring your friends in with you, or?
I think like if I looked inside and saw someone I knew, I would just walk in, and these people are adults / demons. For Christ's sake, they can do stuff. So I'm gonna leave it up to them. Probably just like, all right, I'm going in, not say anything to anybody.
I'm certainly not looking to hang out with Baz alone for long periods of time. So, and yeah, I would see no reason not to tag along.
This is a cafe, correct?
Yes.
They have like, the open array of baked goods and like some sort of windowsill or something like that.
In my version of this cafe, yes.
Absolutely. Bazzozan is there. He is staring vividly at a muffin selection.
Okay. They look
Man.
delicious. There are at least like maybe 12 different types of muffins on order, but there's other muffins elsewhere. They hint that there are specialty muffins in the back.
Are you allergic to anything? This is in character. Fang warned me that sometimes we can be allergic to things, meaning that it makes us sick. Do you have any of those?
You're not asking me, are you?
I mean, I'm not looking at you. I'm staring at the same. Just in case you are, I don't look at you, but it's,
No. No, I'm not allergic. I'm simply wondering, can you eat the wrapper as well? It looks so edible. I want to buy them all. How much do you think this costs?
If you would like to try. How much are we betting? On who can get closer?
Your eternal soul. Haha, just kidding. No, I don't know. Favor. How about a favor?
From me? Oh, well, we're betting. Oh. No. I'll bet you. I kind of like reach in my pocket. Whoever is closer doesn't have to buy them all.
Deal. I reckon they are, seeing as they are muffins, delectable treats fit for gods. God. God. Anyway,
God.
Right. I'll say, including the ones in the back, $400.
Oh, are we including the ones in the back?
Absolutely, we're including the ones in the back. This is a serious bet. We're incorporating every muffin in this establishment. So help me.
Is the price of the muffin displayed somewhere?
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I wasn't anticipating having to calculate mass muffin prices. Give me a second.
Just use lore. Use lore to figure out the muffins.
Oh my god, can I? Wait.
If you don't have to spend faith, you should do it.
Actually, that is an extremely valid point. If you look into the future on how much it would cost to buy all of the muffins, you could probably get an answer.
So tongue-in-cheek.
What if you take accidental torment because you tried to figure out muffin prices?
Do remember, if it's the high torment version of your muffin searching, it's only if the muffins also lead to violence.
You use
knowing Baz.
So-
Yeah, I could totally see what happened as they stalked these muffins.
Are you going to use your
Absolutely.
divine gifts of creation to identify future muffin prices?
I'm sorry. I don't think you asked the right question. I think you asked, "Am I going to use my divine gifts to win a bet against Baz?" The answer is yes.
That sounds about right. Let's go ahead. Roll your dice. Are you spending any faith to avoid any torment effects?
Ha.
Okay. So which one are you pulling again? Is this
I'm
force?
pulling trace patterns, so this will
Cool.
be perception plus intuition.
Cool. And you want to roll above your torment to not trigger the torment effect. For the people who are just joining us, if you roll below your torment value, which is how kind of messed up you have become because of the war, you can only really affect it in ways that are impure and demonic, like looking for violent things. If you're trying to heal someone, you accidentally cause plague, etc., etc. So,
Quick question: what's the DC? 6?
DC is 6, I believe, for normal stuff. I gotta pull that cheat sheet up again, but I believe standard DC, if it's not mentioned, is 6.
That's a -2.
You botched?
I botched twice.
I have a feeling that's real bad if you botch a
I
lord.
botched 3 times, actually.
So you rolled no successes and 3 ones?
Yep.
Okay.
Oh my god.
Delicious.
Sorry, no, I rolled
thing.
1 success. I rolled 1 success and 3 ones.
Good news then, because I kind of messed up how botching works. Botching only happens if you roll no successes.
Oh, okay.
So good news. Just nothing happens. The mushrooms, the divine mycelium network that you tap into has nothing about baked goods in it.
There's
will
a mushroom quiche nearby.
It doesn't know
Mm.
prices. It doesn't
No. Is
understand the
there-
concept of prices.
Do they bake bread in the back? Is there yeast that I can use?
There is, but it doesn't want to work with you right now.
Damn it.
It
Yeast
finds
is such
Yo.
a single-celled bastards.
it finds this use of your lore demeaning.
They're also mostly asleep. You have to wake them up with the water or whatever.
Sugar, but yes.
Sugar.
So I'm just
So is there a price?
there are I'm
I thought
trying.
this would be a fast thing. I didn't expect
It's
it to be
okay. Okay. Here. Let's pull up the character sheet and find a way to simplify gambling about muffins.
Gambling about muffins.
It'll be a wits roll plus. Is there a stat for muffins?
Intuition?
Cooking. Isn't cooking on there?
No.
Nah, but crafts is
Crafts is.
wits plus crafts, everybody, or wits plus finance.
And what's the difficulty?
7. Because you're trying to buy all the mushrooms. If it was just like a couple, did I say mushrooms? You're trying to buy all the muffins, which is a little bit harder than buying some of the muffins.
Two successes.
Okay.
1 success.
Oh.
So yeah, you both give your numbers, and Bazzozan, I assume you order your muffins.
Yes, I do.
All of your muffins. They are
All
all
of
your muffins. And actually, Baz, you were a little bit closer on the mark than Micah was.
Okay.
Oh.
I look at him and I shrug and I said, "We should have shaken on it," and then I walk over to the table to join Cephrial.
I've been muffin conned. It's fine. I have an idea. Waitress, let's speak later. I know what we're going to do with these muffins, but I'm gonna leave it there.
But okay. She has no idea what to do with all these. Have you already paid?
Absolutely. I'm a
Okay, I'm just
multi-millionaire.
making sure. I was making sure they were actually officially claimed. Okay, so as you're leaving, you hear the awkward explanation of I'm sorry. We have no more muffins today. We have no more muffins today. Zara, what are you doing in this muffin fiasco slash thing has just sat down with their friend.
My lungs decided not to work the moment I spoke. Okay, well, hello, Asthma. So I am going to just, like, stroll past, like, not really paying attention to, Micah or Baz. And I guess watch Fang carefully. Like, I'm hovering almost, but not super close. And I might, like, I think I'm gonna sit somewhere else that's, like, empty.
Yeah, there's like two tables down. You could just kind of sit down and have a clear view of what's going on at the table.
Perfect.
So,
I'll do that.
We'll go back to Fang, because that muffin escapade takes a little bit of time. So,
have you guys watched season 1 of Demon Fallen Good Intentions? Yeah, there's this really weird muffin subplot, and it goes for like 6 episodes. It's wild.
Episode 1, we gather rat juice. Episode 2, we buy all of the muffins. Episode 3, we establish the cursed picnic. Okay. So Kelly closes her laptop and just says, "So, what can I help you with today?"
Well, you've heard about the would I know if people have heard about these murders? It seems like there's not a lot of secrecy in these parts between demons of even station.
At the moment, you could assume that the higher ranked someone is, the more likely they are to be aware of it. But he didn't say everyone was aware.
Okay.
So.
But Kelly is pretty high up.
You could
right?
probably assume.
Right. So I say, well, I know you've heard about the murders.
Are we talking about the human ones or the ones with us?
The us ones. Like
okay.
Husks, whatever. Like, are the important ones. We got put on this job to solve it. The tyrant told us to, and we just need more information. We looked out at the crime scene. We looked, and I thought you might be able to give us some answers.
What sort of answers are you looking for? Do you happen to know about when they took place?
I relay that information.
Okay. And if I remember, Micah, you didn't say what you saw in the vision, right?
I relayed everything to Fang later.
Okay. Well, it's between the hour. This is an hour afterwards. So, was there enough time for you to relay that on the way over, or are you talking later? Later isn't later in the day.
I would definitely. Oh no, wait! I believe I did pull everyone aside. Yeah, I believe I remember at the end I pulled everyone aside, separate from the goons, Spectacles, right. And what's his name, and canonically terrible with names.
It's all good.
And yeah, I remember I pulled everyone aside and I relayed pretty much everything that I saw.
Okay. And I'm assuming you're sharing that as well, Fang. Okay.
Yeah.
She kind of opens up the laptop and just starts poring over some of the stuff that she got wind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any report on those two. I don't see anything on Faranon or Karen Roth's activities near the harbor. And she kind of, you see her scrolling down a little bit. Abigail was a little bit deeper in the city. The last we saw her, near a hospital, looks like. John, scroll. Looks like he just was home on the day that we're anticipating he disappeared. He walked home and didn't see anything else from him at that point. Don't see them having went to the harbor specifically. We were keeping an eye on those two and a couple others because they're Nina marked them as potential issues down the road, if that makes sense. Yeah. So I mean, if that helps, they were both people that Nina considered dangerous.
People that were murdered.
Yeah, the people who were murdered were people that Nina considered dangerous specifically. Which is also kind of weird. Because who goes around fucking up the people looking to... They were causing issues in the community. If there were stuff that had to get covered up, stuff that had to... stuff that caused problems for the rest of us...
Mm-hmm.
Them and a couple others kind of caused that issue. You know, some of us are a little bit more on the level nowadays. They were not. And if someone's going after that sort of a individual, they gotta have some I don't know, you gotta have to go after people like that nowadays.
Didn't we catch a glimpse of like some creature that was like tortured, but like it was like that's the closest thing? It was that full torment, but like it was something different.
It was something that looked like it was, if it was one of you, it would have looked very tormented. But explicitly, it didn't look like it was from any one house. It had aspects of multiple houses.
And so I asked Kelly about that. Like, do you know what that could have been? I can't place it.
No, this is the first time I'm hearing of anything with that sort of look. I mean, just from what you've described, it sounds like it could be someone with paths, someone with maybe some portals, but that doesn't seem to make sense given the thing that you mentioned about the location of the drop-off.
And the fact that the bodies were drained sort of seems like paths and stuff like that doesn't seem... Paths and portals is a different one.
Yeah, and that could be a bunch of shit. Could be life, could be... or flesh, could be anything dealing with the dead, could be water. There's a lot of ways to make a lot of things happen, especially with our sort of focuses, but it doesn't... Hey, positive, doesn't sound like one of us did it. Because it would probably look a lot worse.
Yeah. I think we share sort of like a knowing chuckle, and I say, I was never as good at this as you, which is why I went Awakenings, or I guess that's why God made me this way, because of... I don't want to get into it. You're better at this. What would you do next if you had this job?
Well, probably. And she pulls up some information. I'll give you these, and she gives you the slides across the contact information of the various faction leaders.
Ooh.
And specifically with notes of, let me pull them up again. Specifically with notes to avoid Amir, not a friendly friend. Nina has the number there. The number for the gentleman for the Luciferans, Harper Abernathy, just with a note, busy during work hours. Nina has an address which you are familiar with. It's the flower shop that she owns. And Josh Lawrence is labeled next to the cryptics. Notes that you're going for the University of Baltimore main campus. Specifically looking in the library normally. And then for the reconcilers, you're looking for someone named Susan Lambert. And it notes that she is currently working in a hospital as well. For most of them, they have an identified form. They know that Lugalira is a devil. They don't list what Nina is. They know Lawrence is a fiend. They know that one second. They know that Susan is a... Definitely have this somewhere. Going through my list of many NPCs. Susan is a devourer.
A reconciler devourer?
Yup. And I think I hit them all.
My brain is not processing that.
And who did you say to avoid?
Amir.
A-M-I-R?
Yeah, A-M-I-R.
It's my former roommate's name.
That they know that one specifically says Ravener head, parentheses question mark. And with the obvious implication of if you talk to this person, you better have a damn good reason. They know you might want to talk to them to figure out who they might know enough about, because if whoever this is looking the way that you describe, if we can at least narrow down who we've seen, if you know what I mean, you'll probably be able to eliminate a good number of people.
Was Josh Lawrence the one who texted us and was like, "Oh crap, sorry, my bad," realizing that he put us in the path of... Okay.
Yeah. Kelly mentions, I could give you a couple names of people that I don't have information on, but that's like half the demon population in Baltimore, and you know, it's not always useful. And she'll like forward you a list anyway, and I'll give you a couple names of stuff here shortly for that. But it's like at least 10 or 12 demons that she at least has notes on.
Okay. I'm going to grab my coffee when it comes and say, thank you very much. I guess we look out for each other, so, you know.
Of course, if there's anything that you need, I'm here for you. And, you know, if you ever need to get, you know, more involved with stuff, I can put in a good word with Nina, but...
Yeah, I know. But I do want to, you know, participate. I just don't... I'll help. I'll definitely help, but I just, you know...
She's pretty low-key. It's all right. Little bit much, but she's pretty low-key.
Low-key and a bit much. That sounds... You're not selling this very well. Thank you very much. If you need me, call me. Thank you. This is really great. Thank you.
All right. Well,
I'm gonna take
go
the...
get him.
gonna
I'm gonna
take
go
the
get a
li-
muffin, so I'll be right back.
I'm gonna take the list to. I guess I'm sort of like scouting the room. I see there's no muffins left in the case, and I guess Micah comes over and I'm like, "This is a list of names to check out. I'm not so good at this. If you wanna take a look at it, then I'm gonna go try to find the others."
Well, Zara's been sitting behind you for like a bit. I don't know if you would have noticed that, but she was definitely there.
Oh.
Bazzozan, what did you get up to after buying hundreds of muffins? Maybe 100 muffins.
Oh, that's a lovely question. I'm going to say, good. Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to write, this is going to be shipped. We're going to send this down to a convenience store on 4th. We're sending it specifically to a woman named June. Just do me that favor, will you?
Oh. Okay.
This poor
understood.
woman, she's been through so much.
Oh, she's about to be through so much more. Lovely. Okay. That'll get her attention. And if you'll give me a moment, I'll just write a little bit of a letter.
Okay.
Thank you. Oh, you're such a dear. This will be such a romantic gesture, you have no idea.
Okay, and out of curiosity, what's your letter say?
Well, this is an intimate thing. You don't read my letter.
No, this was me, the GM.
Oh, I apologize. Okay.
I was like, "Damn, that's a strong choice. Respect it."
No. It's
I mean,
gonna
that
say.
can still be the answer. It's okay. I
Yeah.
don't.
No, it's gonna say meet me on X bus line at it's 11. So it's going to say 4 p.m. today, or those cops that died are going to be the first bodies in front of you, but they won't be the last.
Ooh.
Or those won't be the last. Got it. And I'm assuming you seal that letter. Okay. You hand her the letter, and she goes, "All right, I understand. We'll. I hope she really likes this. This is a very, very grand gesture."
Oh, I love her so much. You know, it's just all about the intimate touch.
You're such a. I wish that my husband was as kind and thoughtful as you.
Do you call her Muffin?
Shut up. This is so romantic. It's 144 muffins.
Why is that the accent you chose?
You never know whenever you need to get certain types of muffins. If you need muffins a certain way, you know where to go.
Baz's muffins.
And I just sent some of the names that are on that list, by the way.
Oh, sweet. There's people with the same last name, Evgenia. Oh, that's Roger twice.
Oh, I fucked that one up. Let me fix that one, because that's a mistake.
It's like, that's cool.
I was like, I don't think that's... I think I made a mistake there. I fixed it.
Danila.
But, yeah, so out of that, you know that, the two one was at work the last they were seen, at least by, Kelly's eyes on the ground, and you know that John was last at home before not being at home anymore.
I guess we should probably go investigate those two places, the places they were last seen alive, right?
Sure. A couple other notes just for the leaders as well. You know that Nina runs a flower shop. Harper Abernathy is actually pretty decently up there in the FBI.
Oh. Not surprising that FBI has only one demon.
That is the Luciferian leader. I noted that Susan was at the hospital. Okay, I think I covered everybody where they were. I think I just missed Harper's. Okay. So yeah, you guys are looking to go to the scenes directly?
Yeah, that's definitely where my abilities are going to be the most useful.
I think at this point, Zara probably would have, at some point, approached and kind of like looked over the list and piecing together like what she overheard, and say, I mean, I think it's most logical that we go to the hospital first. That's where Abigail was last seen, and we also go to Susan. Two birds.
Sounds good to me.
Agreed.
Talk to Amir, but not right now.
I copy down a copy of Amir's info, give it to Baz, and then I dust my hands off like this. As I don't want any part of this. We have our list. You can also have that piece of the list that you want. Don't get me involved, but go live your life.
I wouldn't dream of it, but I'll come with you to the hospital. I do
Baz
also
sees-
love them.
Laughter's the best medicine, and Fang does her best impression of Baz.
Zara grins from ear to ear.
This is odd.
Well, having friends, Demi. Let's go.
I just love that Baz sees like written in red ink, do not talk to. Like underline, he's like, that one.
So yeah, you guys can head to the hospital. It doesn't take too long to get there, maybe 30 minutes. It's a relatively decent-sized hospital for as much as that means anything.
Mhm.
It's mostly just one large building with an intake on one side, parking garage on the other. There's a way to get into the front entrance. There's the emergency exits, or the emergency entrances, etc. as well. I'm assuming are you just going through the front door? Like, how are you approaching this situation?
I think that at least Cephrial kind of like, I feel like she knows a lot about how to be a person generally, but stuff like hospitals don't let you just go up to a patient's room if you have their name or whatever. I think that sort of stuff is got mixed up in the demon memories, and so I think she's just gonna grab Zara because Zara seems like she can be mean and get us what we want. And I'm like, all right, I saw a movie about this. We're gonna do good cop, bad cop, and you be bad cop, and I'll be good cop.
What are you intending?
You're the one who wanted to come to the hospital. We got to get up there, right? We got to go. I don't think there's important stuff out here in the lobby.
All right, but you could just request to see a physician, and if we just request to see the physician named Susan, we should be able to get a meeting. We don't have to.
I mean, I think something clicks in like Fang's brain. Like, it takes forever to get an appointment. In America, we don't have good healthcare. Like, it's. You want to wait 2 weeks to see a doctor?
Well, sure. I mean, we could go in demanding something happen, or one of us could get injured severely and get something happening right away.
Are we all just slowly turning our head towards Baz at the same time?
No. We first do pleasure, then we do pain. It's not in the reverse order. Absolutely not.
For
Where do you
us,
want the
it's
tumors, babe?
pleasure.
Look, where do you want the tumors? Just let me know.
Forgot you can do that. I was like, what the BDSM are you into?
Cephrial just has, like, casual. If I do the torment, if I get the high torment version, I cause tumors and stuff instead of healing someone.
So
a new kinky way.
This is not something I want.
I can put a tumor right on the opposite side of your prostate, and then it just grows and it stays there. Might be hard to do other stuff, but
Yeah.
Sorry,
Sorry,
think about
the
it.
exact tone of that. So, the funny thing is, I was gonna mention this back when we were in Muffin Land, but it is also funny enough. a lot of relevance in this whole episode. I IRL used to work at a coffee shop inside of a hospital. A lot of the times, there's a ton of areas you can just walk through. Like usually, unless you're going into the ER, if you're going to the front entrance, usually that's just like you could just walk straight back to like. There's certain areas that are off axis, but like a lot of hallways, you can just walk through to like the coffee shop, back to other. It's usually the different like ward areas have their own front offices, and that's where you hit a door that you can't go past. So we can at least walk through the front door.
Can
I think
confirm my mother works at a hospital.
I think it'd be funny if we're discussing this and then Micah just walks up to the front desk or whatever, signs in, and then goes, "All right, we're good. Let's go."
Honestly, I was gonna walk up and be like, "Hi, I'm looking for my aunt." Actually, yeah, I'm going to say, "Yeah, hi, I'm looking. My aunt is what's her name? What's her name?
Susan Sarandon.
Susan Lambert. Is it Lambert?
Oh yeah, you're looking for Miss Susan. She's currently on the let me look this up. Can I get a name?
Sure thing. It is Nina. What's Nina's full name?
Nina Harrell.
Sure. Yeah, it's Nina Harrell.
Okay.
Oh
and
Actually, no. What's the dead girl's name? Is she the one who died in the hospital?
the name was the one that last was seen in the hospital was Abigail. No last name was given at the time.
Sure. It's her niece Abigail.
Oh, okay. Sure. Let's okay, she's currently in the ICU. Visiting hours I mean, she's currently working. So
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just dropping something off for my mom really quick with her.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
I'm definitely using my young looks, so.
Yeah, no, that's fair. She slides across the sign-in book for you, and she says, "Okay, just sign your name in there." And
I put
gives you a
Abigail
little
Lambert.
wristband. Okay, she gives you she puts that little, the little sticky wristband that is meant to be torn off, but you can never tear it off.
They suck.
Around your wrist. It's, all
Awesome,
right.
thank you so much. Shouldn't be long. Thank you.
Okay. Just
yeah.
remember, you have to keep that on at all times, otherwise you'll be escorted out of the hospital.
Sure, no problem.
Okay.
Can my girlfriend come with me really quick?
Oh, sure. Yeah. Just have her come up and I'll
Sure.
sign her in.
I wave down Cephrial.
I walk over.
Hey,
Don't
and
say
I
anything.
sign in your name for you.
Okay, I'm like, correct.
And you get a little sticky wristband as well.
And I wave to the other two. Okay, guys, we'll be right back. I just gotta drop stuff off. BRB.
We've been missing a scene between Baz and Zara. It's my request as a player.
Okay. Well.
Oh yeah, shoot! You're not supposed to split the party. Crap, that's like
It's
101.
It's okay. So we get great elevator music while Nat and Feng go up a couple floors, and Zara and Baz, you're left in the lobby of the hospital.
Baz
Those
just
fuckers.
sees Zara like looking wistfully as the two leave, and is like, "Oh, there's the pleasure."
Creep.
I just look at him sideways.
So tell me everything. How's the day going? Are we still glowering? Still moody?
Get to the point. I don't want to have a conversation with you. They'll be out in a minute, and hopefully it's a quick minute.
What do you want most? If you're going to force me to skip all the chatter, what is it you want most while you're here on this plane in Baltimore?
What the- This is kind of out of nowhere. Why does it matter to you?
Call it a striking fancy. I have a butterfly brain. Sometimes I'm thinking muffins, sometimes I'm thinking about your greatest desires.
Is that a pickup line?
No.
I don't know what to say.
Greatest desires. Why don't you tell me yours first?
to see where it all goes.
Yeah, something like that.
But what's yours? You have a kid, after all. Is that the most important thing to you here? What do you actually want out of this life? Do you want something?
I think I want to figure it out. I don't really know. I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of causing hurt, being hurt, I guess.
And that's why you quit being a Ravener.
Something like that.
You ever hear about entropy? Well, the humans, they came up with these laws. Interesting little buggers. Entropy is disorder. And there is a law that states entropy is always increasing. So I'm quite curious why you decided to stop being entropy. But if it's the kid, if it's the sickness, I completely understand.
It's not the kid. I decided this for myself.
If you insist.
And I do.
There's a wheelchair. I'm taking it. Bye.
Bye.
Let's while he goes on his wheelchair escapades, let's switch scenes back to the pair of Micah and Fang, or sorry, Nat and Fang. You guys are heading up to the 5th floor, which is leads to the ICU wing. You guys follow the various bits. The hospital is relatively clean. You get that standard sort of the standard smell you have with doctors' offices and hospitals where things are chemically clean, very much sanitized. And head to the ICU. There are a large number of desks with like desks in the middle of the ward itself with the rooms on the side, so that you see nurses kind of stepping up from those desks and going to the various rooms. What are you doing?
I lean over. All right, what's the plan?
We ask where my aunt is.
All right.
So I'm going to go up to the front desk and say, hi, hello, I'm just looking for Susan Lambert.
Oh yes. Can I get a name? Who?
Sure. It's Abigail, her niece.
Oh. Okay. Nice to meet you. I've never heard of you before. I didn't realize she had a niece. All right.
Yeah. Sorry, we're just in town briefly. I was just kind of stopping by to say hello, really quick.
All right. I'll go get her. And you see her go to one of the more back offices. Couple seconds, and then a woman with blonde hair with a couple streaks of gray, looks to be in maybe her early 50s, maybe late 40s, walks out, and she sees you and kind of just looks at you very strangely when she's following the other nurse, and says, hello.
Hi. Is the other nurse still standing with her, or?
Yes.
Hey, how are you? I know it's been forever. I was just stopping by really quick. My mom had something she needed me to tell you, and I kind of like did the kind of sort of awkward side glance at the nurse.
Of course. Let's head back to my office, and well, if you'll excuse me, Penelope, I'll be right back. If anyone needs me, just have them send me something, through the messenger. She leads you back to her office and ushers you guys in.
I don't know what that term is for that person who like will hand you the letter and be like, "You've been served," but apparently I'd be a great one in a past life.
So she ushers you guys into the room and then gently closes the door behind you and then says, "What's this about now?"
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, Miss Lambert. I'm really sorry. It's just we're investigating those murders. That girl Abigail, or the woman, not a girl, but like we're doing with the tyrant, and I'm just trying to figure out
Okay.
what we can. I'm really, really, really sorry.
It's
I'm looking
fine.
over, like, who is this?
It's fine. She takes a seat at her desk and says, "If that fucker's gonna get up to something, of course it's gonna deal with my day. I assume you're looking for information leading up with, what's her name? One of the nurses that was working here, Abigail, I think. What name did I give that demon? Karan Roth or whatever. I'm gonna be honest, I'm just happy she's out of the fucking hospital, but what does he care?"
I mean, just like with anyone else, someone has the power to start hurting us, and I mean, sorry, I don't mean hurting. I mean, like like
Slurping.
like erasing. Like their names aren't resonating, and so we're worried. I mean, I don't know what Tyrant wants. I just would like to not have him erase me. So just any information you can give, and if you know where she was last seen specifically, maybe I can try to bring it from there. I'm sorry, I don't want to take up too much of your time.
It's fine. She was normally in the critical care unit. Last we could tell, she was dealing with one of the patients and just kind of up and left. We don't know if, as far as I heard from her manager, she was in the room and then no one saw her. So they just assumed that she bailed. Hasn't been seen since. They put a missing persons report out, but it's not going to go anywhere.
Was there anything about the patient that was strange?
I mean, if you consider that she put her in the critical care unit and made the situation worse, probably yeah.
How?
Look, Abigail was fucked up. She was taking patients from other wards and making them sicker.
Oh my god.
She was getting off on this shit. People were suffering in the critical care unit. Half the people in that unit were because of her.
Munchausen's by proxy.
What?
That was not in character.
Okay.
It's a medical thing. It's Munchausen's by proxy. Munchausen's is when like you get attention for being sick, and so it makes you feel good. Munchausen's by proxy is like it's nurses have done it before, where they've like had sick or dying patients, and then everyone's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry." It makes them feel good, so they've like made things worse to get that attention.
Yeah, so she was putting people in these units, either outside of work or just going into the other units when no one was paying attention, and we'd have to clean up some of those messes. And it's relatively suspicious if people keep going in and out of critical care.
What happened with the patient? Did the patient end up okay?
Patient's doing better now, but
is there? I know
they're dealing with some other stuff now. Let's say they've been moved to the mental unit for a little bit.
Do you think there's a chance that they might have seen what happened to her? What we've found is disturbing enough. Was the patient human?
Yeah.
Do you think they might have seen something that would put them there?
I mean, we could always check. I haven't opted to talk, but they've kind of they've been talking a lot about things that they are currently seeing or no longer seeing. So whatever Abigail did, it's kind of messed him up to the point of we're gonna have to put more work than just on the sickness that they were initially dealing with.
Would it be, I know this is a big ask, would it be possible that we could talk to them? With you present, if you'd feel better, I would understand you wouldn't want us just, like, obviously they've been through a lot. We don't want to make anything worse. We just want to make sure that whatever's doing this isn't going to start rampaging everywhere and hurting more people.
Go ahead and roll me a manipulation plus. We're gonna say empathy, I think. That feels like the right call, because that's what you're leaning on for this. Either empathy or expression. You're muted, I can't hear you.
Yeah, expression. What's the DC?
We'll say 6. Standard DC of 6.
That is 1 success.
Okay. She, you can tell this is frustrating her to no end. But she says, fine. I'll have my break here in about a half hour. I'll take you to go see him. And then you take whatever business you're on with you and the tyrant out of my ICU.
Okay. Could I see the room that the patient was in? When she vanished, I might be able to. I mean, if I see what happened, I might not even need to talk to them.
We'll have to do that one on the break as well, given that's in critical care.
Okay, thank you. And I guess we can like exchange contact info and.
I'll just meet. When you try to like give her your number, she's like, "I'll just meet you in the cafeteria downstairs on the first floor."
Okay, thank you. And I get the hell out of Dodge.
Yep,
and
I'm leaving too.
Yeah.
I'm like, what the hell was that?
My brain is literally overlaying the hospital I worked at, like in all of these situations, so it's very funny.
It's the same for me, where I'm like, okay, where are all these things probably gonna be?
I was like, cafeteria's in the basement. Then I was like, wait.
Yeah, the cafeteria's on the first floor for us. Yeah, you guys have about 30 minutes to troll around, of which Baz is already doing on a wheelchair, I guess.
Actually, while I'm doing that, literally just in the lobby, just kind of like spinning around, just kind of like looking up at the ceiling, I'm just going to be going, Lugalira, Lugalira, Lugaluga, Lugalira. And I'm going to be poking him.
I'm assuming he knows you, right?
Probably.
Or have you guys not met yet?
That's entirely at your behest.
That's fair.
Who is Lugalia the leader of?
Ravenous.
Raveners. Well, that's a nice roll. That's a really lovely fucking roll.
Oh.
You just hear, what the fuck do you want, Baz?
I want to have a conversation. So come to the hospital.
I don't really care.
Well, if you want to see how this proxy war is going to go down, then maybe you'll come chat. Or just go do whatever you're doing. I don't know. Are you doing anything interesting?
What the fuck are you talking about, Bazzozan?
Yeah, that's why you should come.
Maybe you should meet me somewhere else, and I'm not meeting you on your terms, you dumbass.
Okay, fine. Where do you want to meet? I'll wheel there.
Sorry, that's me. I can't get it out of my head. Okay, fine. Meet me at the you know what? Just to fuck with them, let's meet on the pier.
Interesting. What time?
The pier by the court. I got. Meet me after dinner. I can't be fucked to meet with you beforehand.
So disappointing. You're going to keep me waiting. At least bring a Kit Kat. Bye!
And then after a little bit, just roll me your. Go ahead and maybe after. Fuck. After about 5 minutes, I would like you to roll me. I think it's awareness plus intuition.
Okay. Yeah, that doesn't exist. Let's see.
Question, DM.
Oh wait, awareness plus something else. Go ahead, Zara.
Perception?
Would I be able to hear his side of this?
Unless he's being quiet, yes.
I don't think Baz would like to. You might have heard the Lugalira. You probably didn't hear the rest of the conversation.
Can I try to listen anyway? Is that something
Sure.
I can roll?
Yeah, give me a sec. By the way, I'm sorry, it's it's perception plus awareness. And for you, Zara, it's going to be perception plus wits, I think is the standard perception check.
And what would the difficulty be?
6 standard.
I got 0.
Okay.
Would you like to deal with that first, or do you want me to roll?
No, that's fine. You feel like you're getting pinged, but that's it. You just feel like you're getting pinged several times.
I like this cool demonic pager system we have going on.
Oh, what's my difficulty? I didn't ask.
6 as well.
I have a success. Nope, 2 successes. That was a 7, not a 2.
Okay. Yeah, you I'll say you hear a decent bit of the conversation that Baz is spouting off. Enough to know that he's arranging a meeting with Lugalera. Maybe not exactly. You don't hear anything about the time or the place, but the vibe is there.
I kind of want to, I guess not like aggressively walk up to Baz, but more of like a slide up to him and just quietly say, "What was that about?"
That's me meeting the head of the Raveners. I want to ask questions. And he's going to give me answers.
Is that wise? I don't know if that's wise. Baz.
Wisdom? Do you think you should preach wisdom to me? Look, it's okay. I poke the bear. Okay? I poke you. You haven't killed me yet. Although you like thinking about it, that's practically my relationship with 70% of the people I interact with. Don't worry. Yes, continue brooding. See? You're pondering it. You're thinking about even this in this moment. Just squishing my head in. But you won't, because you know I'm doing something interesting. And this will probably help us.
I don't think I would bet on it helping us very much, to be entirely honest. But yes, it does intrigue me.
We want to catch what one could consider a predator, someone who's eating demons, someone who's dangerous. Who do you go to but the most dangerous man in town?
I hate when you make me agree with you.
I'll just wheel around in a circle again. These are so fun.
I'm sure.
I'm guessing that's probably the moment that we perfectly come back into the scene.
Cause lovely interjections are in. You see Nat and Fang come back out of the elevator.
Alrighty, well, Susan will be meeting us in the cafeteria in about half an hour. We will be able to view the room where the Addigale disappeared. We will also be able to potentially speak with the last person to encounter her. So, how is it going down here?
All's fine and dandy. He's being an idiot, just same as normal.
Lovely. Shall we go see how many muffins are in the cafeteria?
I already have found a use for one batch of muffins. I don't know what I'd do with another. Get more creative. Let's find something
They
else.
might have cupcakes. And with that, I'm like backing towards where the cafeteria sign is.
Why does she assume I'm food oriented?
They might have Kit Kats.
Oh!
My voice is even fainter down the hall.
But it's also lunchtime at the hospital, the Baltimore County Hospital. I assume that the party has gotten the requisite cupcakes, Kit Kats. The cupcakes weren't available. I'm sorry, they're out. But they do have like that airplane quality chicken, if you'd like some of that. About 30 minutes passes for your for the lunch break, and you see Susan come back downstairs. This is the first time Zara and Baz are seeing Susan. Again, it's a woman in her late 40s, early 50s, blonde hair with some silver marking age into it. She goes, "All right, I'm just bringing you two, I'm assuming."
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. But these are other people on the case.
I mean, if we're all able to go up, it may be helpful, but if not, then we understand.
I am an ace detective, and
I changed my mind, it'll just be us. No, I'm joking.
Okay. I'll see what I can do. It should be fine. I've got my badge. As long as you're with me, you'll be fine.
And we have ours.
Cool. she is not amused. Let's see. Let's go to the critical care unit first. That way we don't have to bother the patient. That's less high profile. You guys have maybe 30 minutes to get this shit done. So she gets into the elevator with you. You guys go through the same floor, but it's further back in a different side of the wing to the critical care unit. It's been a couple weeks, but she says, okay, as far as I know, there hasn't been a patient, at least in this side, since we haven't been as inundated with Abigail gone. So if you want to go in and take a look, just let me know when you're done.
Yes, thank you. And I'll go inside.
You guys, I think all of you guys are, all four of you are in there. She just closes the privacy curtain for the room and just says, just trying to make a mess of this place, and then goes down to sit down at one of the desks. It's a standard room. It looks like it's been clean. It has one of the standard hospital beds with the rising back chair. There's a TV on the wall that is on, but it's just kind of displaying static. There's a couple side tables. There isn't really much to this room. You can kind of tell that the last person who was in it was at the point where they needed to be. That they had. Are any of you got characters you good at hospital or have medicine checks?
I have medicine.
I have lots of medicine.
Yeah, if you
I
would
have
like to
2
roll.
medicine.
If people would like to roll like intelligence plus medicine, I can give you like more specific details.
Ooh.
Nope, I don't have much intelligence. Let's do this.
I have science, and I do have occult, and I have investigation.
If you would like to roll investigation plus occult, I can give you different information or
Ooh.
awareness if you would like.
What is the DC?
We'll say 7 for just kind of 6 for the medical stuff, 7 for the occult or awareness check.
Okay.
For my medicinal check, 3 successes, 1 failure.
Okay, so 2 successes total. Cool.
A failure as in just a failure or a 1?
Oh, a 1.
Cool.
2 successes for Bez.
Okay.
Sorry, am I doing awareness or occult?
Awareness or occult, yes.
Am I mixing it with anything perception, intelligence?
Yes, you would be mixing it with perception in this case.
I got 0 successes because I got a 7 and an 8 and then 2 1s.
Okay. And what did you roll, Nat? For your check?
5.
Whoa.
Successes?
5 successes.
What?
We'll get to that in a second.
Hell yeah.
So, there are a couple chairs. The first thing you kind of notice just with your guys' check of, like, being at least a little bit familiar with how hospitals work, there are a couple of chairs, but they don't look like they've been really moved or sat in. So whoever was here probably was here without many visitors while they were in the critical care unit. There's evidence that they weren't able to move around a lot. Specifically, one of the sorts of there's evidence of bedpans. The bathroom itself doesn't look like it's been used. There are some accoutrements to make it look like the person had lost mobility completely. That's about what you get for the medicinal side of things. Since it's been cleaned, there isn't much else left there outside of like just the cleaned objects that are ready for the next patient, if they're required. Nat, you sit down, and you said it was an awareness check, right?
Yeah, I did awareness plus perception.
Yeah, cool, because the cult would have gotten different results. So you sit down into one of the chairs and just kind of try to make yourself aware of stuff around you, specifically the remnants of lore or other supernatural abilities. And this place smells foul. Like, it before you started really checking into it was very much the sort of standard sanitized hospital smells, but now you're getting the scent of it. It's hard to describe. It's very dry. It is very floral, but not in the sense of like living plants, more in the sense of like rotten and
Decay.
Yeah, decay is a good way of putting it. There's no like fleshy decay, it's just a very sort of dry sense of death in the room.
Perhaps the kind of decay that would be helped along by fungus?
No, not that. Actually, not at all. And you also get the sense that there is something still here. Something's still here, and when you're kind of just tuning into it because you had fucking 5 successes, you kind of, so if the room is here and the bed's over there and the window is here, you kind of look to the window and you just feel this sort of energy permeating from where the central window is located. Like, it is still doing that. And as soon as you look to it, go ahead.
Oh, no, go ahead.
And as soon as you look to it, you get the feeling something is looking back.
Everyone. And I just stand up and I'm just staring at the window.
I'm looking over there.
Something's
here. You
here.
don't see anything.
I also am looking over, and at that point would have sort of like almost like bristled up, just kind of like getting physically ready.
Yeah, you guys don't see anything from what you can tell. There are things that are aware of you at the moment, Nat. They are aware you are in the room. But they're not something that you can really see or sense at the moment.
I am going to use trace pattern.
Okay.
This is allowing me to view a particular event, analyze the various forces that caused it to occur, vague impressions that sharpen into detail. So I have to be at the location.
Yep.
I sure am. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to roll perception plus intuition.
Go ahead. Are you spending a faith point?
No.
These abilities are so clutch.
Three successes.
Oh, nice. So
With
you
three
get the...
successes, yeah, I get what's I get? 3 successes might take the demon back a quarter of an hour to give a broader idea of the forces leading up to the event. So I get immediate circumstances, a few minutes, and I get the whole picture.
Yeah, you get a shit ton of info. Okay. You actually... Shit, that's a really good roll. Okay.
Dang, I had this whole cool thing with my necklace.
You kind of see...
The pendulum, like, turning back time.
Yeah,
Ooh, cool.
you see a woman who resembles the corpse, who you assume to be Abigail, who has pulled one of the chairs over to the side of the bed and is just kind of whispering and talking and smiling real wide to this person who, as you're kind of like zooming in on the scene, because I'm assuming fiends can do that, you're looking around, you can see that the person who's in the bed can't move. Like, they can't move their arms or their legs, but you see that their eyes are kind of darting around. And as the thing is going on, you actually see just kind of Abigail lean forward and just kind of whisper something to them, and then just move their hands out, and you are intimately familiar with what they are doing. You see images of monsters and horrific looking creatures from the Age of Atrocities just slowly start to crawl over the bed and just kind of start like poking and feeling at the individual, specifically where their eyes are, but specifically only there. And as soon as she like moves her hand again, it just kind of dissipates into light. You can tell that she is using the lore of light from the Fiend's lore. And you can see her just kind of doing this over and over again. And it is clearly not being well received by the victim. About, let's say, 5 minutes into the scene, because you're fast forwarding through it, you see shortly after that you see another woman come in, auburn hair, looks relatively frazzled, comes into the room, is talking to Abigail. It looks like it gets heated for a second, and then Abigail stands up. The person takes a step back as if intimidated, and then just kind of leaves the room in a huff. A couple more minutes passed, and you're getting towards the end of that 15 minutes where your vision comes through, and you see it's very fast. You see the monstrosity that you saw come out of the wall, come out of that spot that you just saw from the window. Again, humanoid, you can see it much clearer here. They seem to have... They themselves almost look like a corpse, but you are seeing lots of evidence of like vines across their body. Rocks are kind of jutting out of places that they shouldn't be. Cracks in their skin that seem to bleed. Almost like magma that then solidifies and chips off. And you see them just take one of their hands and claw the person in the side of the face, and then drag them into that portal.
Dragging Abigail?
Yes. And then you see nothing. It's kind of like you know the thing if someone's sitting on a chair and someone whams and they fall back through their chair. It's that sort of motion. They pick them up and then just fling them into the portal and then follow directly after them. And that's about when the image cuts off.
And I'm trying to remember Abigail's body when it was found. It's drained of all the stuff. It had the sewing around the mouth. And I'm assuming, were there these wounds present?
There did not seem to be any necessary wounds in the face. Even when you kind of like go back in, it almost looks like it half clips through the face. Like, you know in a bad video game where if someone claws someone and the fingers just kind of enter the skin, but there's no physical contact there, it's that.
Dead by Daylight.
Oh my god, yeah.
And that's about
was
where
she jumping over a windowsill and they stabbed like half a second later, yet she still went down?
She wasn't.
Dead by Daylight. I was continuing the Dead by Daylight
sorry.
reference.
I was like, well, there is a window here, but if you jumped over the windowsill, it meant the window was busted open, and that didn't happen.
I'm just giving crap on Dead by Daylight.
They were just speedrunning the hospital scene, so you just have to no clip through the floor and skip that whole section.
Alrighty. Yeah.
So that's about what you see. And did you have other questions off of that lore? I can't remember.
No, this isn't the one where I get questions.
Okay.
That's the future vision. This is the past vision.
You do get a couple seconds afterwards where you see specifically because you got the non-violent version of this also, you see Susan come into the room and just kind of examine it cautiously and then leave.
And just leaves the patient lying there like
checks the patient to make sure that they're fine. She's clearly looking for something else in the room.
Okay. Am I able to, with all of this, possibly roll occult to see if I can find more? Because, like, I mean, am I able to tell, like, this is a demon?
Info.
I have no more, yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. There is specifically a roll for this. Where is it?
Because now we've gone over lots of things. I now have lots of theories of, like, maybe what type it is and stuff like that. So I want to try and, like, kind of mash that together.
Yeah, there's a specific thing that you can do, which is, like, pulling out pieces of their true name as well from evidence. And I think you've pulled enough to make a roll or two on that. I just need to figure out where that is, because for some reason didn't put that in the cheat sheet. For now, we're just gonna say roll a wits plus awareness.
DC?
8.
Ooh.
That's a 2. 2 successes.
Hell yeah.
I rolled 2 10s on that.
Okay.
Did they explode? Oh, it automatically explodes for you.
Yeah. There we go. So you get enough evidence out of this, like you start actually being able to tell a little bit more about the individual in the sense of you are tapping into their true name, not the celestial name, the name that defines their being. You have seen their form, you have seen how they act, how they participate. You now have one piece of whatever this demon's true name is.
The smell of apples.
Specifically because you also rolled high on that other success, I will give you you now know that they are of the 7th house. The Slayers, specifically.
Angels of Death.
Alrighty, and I basically Pretty much, I like had just sort of sat down in the middle of the room, staring at the window, and went into like a complete trance. And I'm kind of like, okay, okay. So now I definitely would like to see, like you said, something is still watching me.
There is something that you feel like you're being watched from from specifically the where you saw them come out and then go back in.
So with the seventh house, what lore does that have? They don't have portals or paths.
They do not, but roll me occult intelligence
Okay.
plus occult to see how much you would know. This is difficulty 8 as well.
That's a 0.
You know specifically that they were kind of tasked with dealing with the dead and dealing with what happens to the dead, and you know that at a certain point God effectively made, or the Godhead made them have to also reap humans. But you weren't necessarily close with any Slayers, and you weren't part of the Alabaster Legion, so you aren't as familiar with the broader implications of what that meant for the house.
Can I, as the player, guess and then sort of explain why I think Cephrial might know it?
Sure.
I'm
You're
thinking
always
of,
welcome to guess.
I'm thinking of how a lot of the Slayers and the Alabaster Legion were tasked with almost creating a second place to hide from the angels and stuff, and nobody really knows what this place is like except the Slayers, and it's sort of like an in-between dimensions sort of thing that maybe they're using that as the portal, something that mimics portal lore, in order to get around. I think Cephrial would have had a lot of respect for the Alabaster Legion, because while they were doing a practical thing of like holding the line in the Iron Legion, like there had to be some thought about somewhere else and somewhere to bring people, where to bring the souls, and so like this is starting to click. I think maybe
And
if you'll
and
allow
your
me
eminence is 3, right?
Mm-hmm.
I would say with as high of a rank as you were, you know that they were definitely working on some form of project that was a safe place to keep human souls. You know that much, yes. So you could make the jump. I would say Cephrial could make the jump that this might be related to whatever they had been working on during the war.
Cool. I have a little like little brain blast moment, like Jimmy Neutron, and no, I think Sam, I've been sort of like quietly processing this whole time. Feng has been sort of quiet because, I mean, Micah's taking care of it very competently, and so she's just there to lend like moral support and maybe, you know, another person pressuring people to do what we ask them to do. But I think this all clicks into place after, you know, putting a lot of the pieces together and getting this information.
Yeah,
So-
I would. Yeah, once I come out of the trance, I would kind of explain. Say it's 7th house, whatever it is. It's 7th house, and I believe it may still be watching us now. And I'm still just eyes straight on that window.
Does the window look out to anything, by the way?
Window looks out to other buildings across the street, a
There's
little
no-
bit further off.
There's no one in. There's no one. There's no one further away. You know, like not directly outside the window, but no one staring at the window or anything to that effect.
Make a perception plus investigation check.
I want to walk up to the window and peer down, like directly down.
Okay. Yeah, you kind of just also roll me a perception plus investigation check.
The difficulty?
6.
Perception investigation, you said?
Mm-hmm. 6 as well for you.
Difficulty 6, yes?
Yep.
Okay. 5 successes, 2 failures.
Okay, so 3 total. Okay,
Oh
and
my
what'd you
God.
get, Baz?
2
Okay.
successes.
Yeah, we'll start with you first. You see across, it's a little bit of a wider street. You take a look across, and they're kind of looking over the buildings. You see some people are like casually looking out the window, but no one's like pointedly examining you per se. So there's nothing really out of the ordinary. No one's like spying on you from another window, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Specifically you, Zara. So you start kind of leaning forward to take a look, almost putting your head across the threshold of where the window is in there, and you put your head to the glass, and you feel your head start to move past the glass.
Where's her head going?
You guys kind of just see her start to, the sort of idea of like someone dissipating. It's kind of like that. So
I
like
don't feel
you
so
kind of
good,
lean
Mr. Stark.
Yeah, and it's Zara. You're kind of like at the where you would expect resistance to be. There's no resistance, and you're kind of like before you move any further, you're like, wait a minute.
I'm gonna just instinctively grab her and pull her out. I don't care what's going on. This is, if it's willing, we can just do it again, and if it's not willing, then that I did the right thing.
No, I'm gonna absolutely like reach back and grab onto Fang's hands and like reel backward from that window. Like that's wrong. I know that's wrong.
Did you see anything?
I was a little too focused on that window there, darling.
But you when you went through, did you see anything?
Did I see anything, DM?
You did not get. Yeah, it was the feeling. You did not get to the point of putting your whole head across yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I relay that information.
Okay. Well, seems very stupid to do this, but clearly this is a thing that we need to deal with, and we gotta look. One of us will hold the other, and the other can lean their head in.
I'll lean in.
All right.
I'm gonna hold on to you. I'm gonna like look over at Baz with his tall body and be like, we gotta hold on to her in case something. Everything
You seem to be
always.
doing a marvelous job.
Well, if you'd like to help me, that'd be really nice. Things are always sucking things in creation, so this is probably a I don't know, just in case it's a suck.
So you good news, there is no sucking effect.
Okay.
You start leaning into the window, and again, you expect to meet resistance where the glass is, and you just kind of start leaning forward, and you see a very gray, almost mockery of the world that you are currently in. You put your whole head through, I'm assuming about to where the shoulders are, right? You see that you are in you kind of start looking around. You are in a stone facsimile of the building that you're in. Where the structure beams would be, there is stone. The floors are all stone. There are no roads. It is just dusty paths. The sun barely shines through a very, very gray mottled sky. And you see that sort of halo that you would see either in heavy rain, where the light spreads across multiple things. You see a very dull dot of a sun moving across that. You also notice that the sun is in a different position.
It's the upside down.
Specifically, it is smack dab in the center of the sky above you.
Oh.
All of the trees and plant life that you would see across the roads are dead. You see constant evidence of any leaves that might grow. You see that they are starting to wilt and fall. The grass is a deep brown, if there is any grass in the patches of dirt where the roads used to be. Looking at the building that Bazzozan was looking across from, it is not as stony as the place you are in, but it is still a mockery of the same building. The windows have all been busted out. The furniture is at odds. Some of the interiors of the rooms even look different, and dust layers each floor in each room that you can see into. And you feel the other big thing that you notice about this place is that it is loud. There is a wind blowing all of this dust heavily across the realm. It is loud. It is distracting. It is tiring. It's almost as if you are in a sandstorm with no sand.
A storm? I'm kidding.
Motherfucker. Sorry.
I know what you mean.
Yeah. It is draining to be here. And you see, as you kind of stick your head through, that's the area. You also see sort of, you can now see them very clearly. Several wraith, what you would almost call a wraith, very ghostly sort of spirit, just kind of hanging out and looking now directly at you. Very long claws, and is now staring directly where you are.
Are we changing system to
they-
Wraith?
Are they like floating or are they on the ground?
They are in the air.
Good to know. Okay. So
What do you do?
while this is going on, am I still able to sense that I am being held onto?
Yes, they are holding your hands.
Okay, I'm gonna start like scratching rapidly. Like,
Yeah,
get me the fuck out of here.
Yep.
Yeah, and as you get pulled out, you see that wraith just kind of and start moving at you, and you are pulled out of the portal.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I stumble back to whoever the fuck is holding me. I don't know who's holding me right now. I guess Fang.
Me and Baz. I mean, if Baz came over.
No.
No, I don't think he helped.
Yeah, so it's just me.
Okay. Yeah. I like stumble back into and probably bump into you a little bit. And I just I'm like taking a moment. I'm struggling to even like figure out how to say what I experienced. But the first thing I say is, this isn't good. Not at all.
What's not good?
What did you see?
I explain everything at that point.
Well, before you're able to do that,
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh
so what was the first thing you said?
no. This isn't good at all.
And as soon as you guys asked the question of what did you see Zara look to do that, and then Zara, you feel suddenly as if something has pierced through your chest. Something very sharp, very cold. And you will take... go ahead and roll your stamina.
Oh, my
To
stamina. Okay.
Oh, wait, I'm sorry. You will not roll your stamina for this. I apologize, because it's lethal. You will take 1 point of lethal damage.
Do I see anything?
Yes, as soon as she's about to say this, you see what look to be kind of just a claw raking across the front of her jacket.
Do we see what's doing the attack or just the effect of it?
Just the hand.
You get a feeling you know where it is, Nat, because you rolled that really, really, really good awareness check before.
Is it the monster that's doing all of this, or do I have any that awareness?
You do. Zara was not able to describe what they saw, but It is not a physical being, and you were able to see a physical being in your previous stuff. I would like everyone to roll initiative, please.
Okay.
Oh!
Initiative
How do we do
is...
that in this game? Yeah.
How do we do that?
That's a good question. Let me buy some time while I check my notes.
It's like dexterity plus wits
Dex
or
plus wits.
alertness.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's that.
Yep.
Dex
So go
wits?
ahead. Yep. You will roll 1d10 and then add that value on top.
Sorry. It was Dex plus what?
Dex plus wits.
Oh, 18.
Sorry, what are we adding?
You will add your dexterity, the dots for your dexterity, the dots for your wits, and then add 1d10 to it.
Oh, okay.
What
Mine
happens
is
if you roll-
11.
If you roll a 10, it doesn't explode or anything, does it?
No, not in this case.
Okay, I got a 10.
All right. And what'd you get, Zard?
A 10 as well.
Okay. So, cool. And I roll that.
We get
Cool.
to fight, you guys?
We're gonna fight! We're gonna die!
And this is where you guys take over. I did my part.
You, Baz, you just to give a brief glimpse of what's going on, you see that, Zara has leaned forward through glass. Her head disappeared for a little bit, or kind of went translucent. She kind of paws at you guys to be pulled back, says that whatever's there is not good, and then as soon as she's asked a question and has what look to be very sharp claws rake across her chest, what do you do?
We can't see anything.
Cannot see anything.
Would I have had time to like point?
Yeah, we'll say
Because I know immediately. I'm not the fighter here, so I'm like there.
Baz will kind of like flick open the coat and just kind of start playing with a couple of knives on the middle fingers. As he does, he's gonna actually take like a step and stick his head out the window but look back towards the room.
Ooh.
oh, so like kind of looking through the portal. Yeah. You see the spirit, like this wraith-like creature right in front of Zara from what you can see. And as you kind of pull your hands back as well, you see that the knives come with you and look to have went a little bit different as well. They seem to have taken an aspect of rust.
Ooh, interesting, but not too much.
No.
Like they're rusting. Okay, I'm going to say him. And as soon as it turns, I'm going to try and throw one right towards its head. Maybe not throwing, if I can, throwing in a way that it wouldn't hit Zara if it just like whoosh.
Okay, so just throwing straight from where you are, or are you kind of...
Yeah, still staying head out, so like kind of looking out from, looking at it from this
Okay.
kind of place.
Go ahead and roll me your attack roll. I believe because you're in short range, we figured out that the difficulty for you throwing your knives is 4.
Oh, okay. And I believe throwing is Dex plus Athletics?
Yes.
Okay. Well, that's fun. That's 7 successes.
Woo! My god!
Alright. Cool. So you definitely hit. Now, I do want to say something.
Mhm.
That because you threw it again from where you were,
Mhm.
it goes back through the portal.
Oh,
Right.
okay. Alright, fair enough.
Hey, Zara. Roll damage against Zara.
Yeah, even though I specified I was trying not to hit her, if it would hit, like...
And if it would hit, that's fair. Okay, yeah. So if you do that and you hit that well, you just see it kind of go shoo, right, kind of sticking into the wall. You were right. You did specify that. So it goes through a wall, and you see that the knife has gone through the when the knife went through the portal, it no longer looked as you saw it.
Interesting. Shit. Okay, well that's Baz.
All right. Next, so it sees this thing. It sees this knife kind of go through it, and just I guess Baz, you're the only one that can see this, but Nat, you get the sense of just and it turns. And let's see. Hey Baz, go ahead. I'm going to have you roll me. 1 sec. Ba-ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Let's see if this hits first. Okay. Roll me a dexterity plus athletics as you see this creature just kind of start to... You see it start to almost manifest, and the others see this as well. You see just this creature start to manifest in front of you, and it just runs directly for you, Baz. Roll dexterity plus athletics, please.
Is it bipedal?
No, it is just floating.
Okay. You said runs. I was like, does this thing have legs?
Sorry,
And
sorry.
ass?
Run through the air.
That was
Yeah,
cheeks.
does
Okay.
does the wraith
Floats
have an ass?
aggressively.
How
It
thick
does not
is
have an
the
ass,
raid?
I'm sorry.
What is the difficulty?
8. Oh, sorry, I lied at 6. But it's you're competing with this thing.
I got 4 successes.
Oh, baby.
Okay. So good news. You see this thing just kind of try to body you, and it goes back through. It looks like it was trying to knock you out the window. But you don't actually take any, it doesn't actually succeed in doing so, but you do take just 2 bashing damage as it kind of rams into you.
Okay.
So
Oh, sorry,
said
you can
it-
roll your soak to resist that, by the way. So roll your stamina to see if you resist any of that.
Is it just a straight stamina roll?
Yep.
Okay, and difficulty of that is
We'll say 6.
2.
Cool. So yeah, you just kind of you see it coming for you and just go shit, and brace, and it does. You don't take any damage from what it does.
Okay. Am I
is-
taller than it?
It's a weird, gooey-ish sort of thing. So the answer is maybe, but you can't really tell.
Well, I'm just gonna do like the kind of dog head cock, and just smile.
Micah, it is your go.
Yeah, so sorry, when it hit him, did it go back through the portal you said?
Yes, but you can still see it at this point.
Okay, but it's outside that thing. And the portal is the only thing.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out what I could do to learn more about this portal and a way we could. Would that be some sort of occult investigation, or
Yeah,
otherwise
we'll
I'm
go.
just going to start swinging shit out a window?
Go ahead and roll an intelligence plus occult.
Okay. DC 6?
Yep.
That's 4 successes. Today is the day,
Wow.
apparently.
Yeah, you're taking a look. The thing that you can tell is that this is well, I will say that it's going to be an extended action, so I won't. You're starting to look at it, and you're starting to get. You can actually start kind of like focusing with the awareness roll that you had before, and you're starting to be able to kind of like piece where the edges of it are, given where Baz is currently sitting in as well. You can start piecing where the edges of it are, but you can tell that something this is not the intended use of this lore. This is not the intended side effect of what it was originally supposed to do. This is kind of a fucked up version of it.
And with an... Sorry, go ahead.
But it is also explicitly, you know that this is explicitly something that probably only the Slayers can do, because this does not resemble paths, and you know it's not ports.
Okay, so it's not connected to the window itself.
Nope.
Damn it.
Just kind of a happy happenstance.
Alright.
Zara, it is your go. Oh, go ahead. Do you have something else?
Oh, I was just gonna say, I'm going to... It seems a touch cowardly, but I'm going to step back and step to sort of the side and put my hand on Cephrial's shoulder. Actually, I think I'm gonna put my hand on Zara's shoulder and say, like, do you see it? If there's time for, like, a very brief...
Yep. I'll say with enough direction, you guys can now kind of see it, because it tackled Baz and has also manifested, so everyone can see it now.
Okay, never mind then. Yeah, I'm just gonna take a step back.
Zara, your turn.
Yeah, so anyway, I always walk around with a hunting knife. So can I attack with that, please? Just kind of like a lunge and like up toward the throat.
Sure. Go ahead and roll it. It's actually going to be a little bit of a higher difficulty because it is
Sure.
it's only partially manifested. Go ahead and roll it difficulty 7.
And this is what exactly for a knife attack?
It's normally it's going to be melee plus I think it's strength.
Okay.
My character has a gun, but I think I left it at home. I feel like bringing a gun to a hospital is a bad idea.
That's fair.
Sorry, this is a lot of dice.
You're good.
You heard it here first, kids. Don't bring guns to hospitals.
Don't do it. It's just not a good idea. Nothing good's gonna happen.
But moms, never leave home without your hunting knife.
Difficulty was what? Sorry.
7.
7. Okay. Ooh, 2 failures, 2 successes.
Okay, so yeah, you slash at it, and it just kind of goes through it. It takes notice, but it doesn't look like you've actually done much to it.
The only thing I do more than that is just shit. We gotta figure something else out.
Baz, top of the order.
Nope, it's me.
Oh shit! Right, Seth, bottom of the order.
Zara and I tied. So how does apocalyptic forms work?
You roll your faith point. You roll your faith pool to try to get into it randomly, or you can spend a faith point and just automatically get into it.
I'm gonna spend a faith point to do it.
Is that how it works for both low and high torment?
So if you only have your apocalyptic form, you always manifest all your low torment abilities if you would like to. You can choose to manifest high torment abilities at the cost of 1 temporary torment per.
This is just for the folks at home.
You're good. So you spend a faith point. The first thing to note is that everyone in the room feels that expenditure of faith being used. And Cephrial, describe what it looks like when you kind of shed that mortal appearance and take on your celestial aspect.
I think it's sort of like this artwork, this awesome artwork that our friend Honey Bunny did. Follow Honey Bunny wherever you do socials. And so there's sort of like, I think the flesh starts to glow like a sickly red, almost like sort of like an undersea, sort of it feels like a wet red, a deep wet red, and it sort of peels off glowing to reveal like sort of more ceremonial robes, the hair done in a very like traditional long ponytail with some hair coming down the side, powerful limbs with like octopus tattoos all along them. And I also have wings, but the wings I think kind of manifest like octopus tentacles that aren't able to grab stuff. They're just sort of like big, sort of like maybe four on each side.
Membranes.
Four on each side that sort of like flap like wings.
Okay.
And does that take my turn?
I don't like the fact that the core rules say yes, so we'll just say go ahead and take an action.
I'll try not to take too much of an action. You know what I mean?
Okay. Yeah.
So in my
It's a half
apocalyptic
action, we'll say.
half action, my apocalyptic form has aura of vitality, enhanced dodge, supernatural vision, which is really what I'm here for, and wings. So I have supernatural vision now.
Okay.
And I want to try to. I guess what I want to do is sort of like see where it is and hold it in place.
Okay.
And then I need to remember what aura of vitality does, because that I think helps people with stuff.
It'll heal bashing damage, if I remember correctly.
Okay.
The other thing to note, by the way, now is that you soak lethal in your apocalyptic form.
Oh, I soak lethal. I don't have to take any lethal.
You can have a chance at resisting.
Oh,
the
okay,
same way
okay.
that Baz resisted the bashing damage from the tackle.
Gotcha. Okay, so now I can do lethal.
So we'll say that you're gonna do a grapple. A grapple to try to hold it in place is a strength plus brawl check.
I chose to do the wrong thing. Come on, baby.
Go ahead and roll me your strength brawl.
I roll. What's the difficulty?
6.
Okay, I rolled an 8. I got 1 success on 1 die.
Okay. Yeah, you're able to get a grab on it and kind of just. I'm assuming you're pulling it back through halfway.
I'm sort of like kind of holding it in place because I see everybody trying to like hurt it and it's not working very well. So I'm just gonna sort of grapple at it and sort of like my eyes are glowing and like the glow's coming off like bubbles. And then I think just like holding it in place and then maybe to give other people some help in like hitting it directly. It seems like people are having trouble and it's like lashing out. So I'm just trying to like do a support tank sort of thing.
Yeah, okay. So you have it firmly held, and you notice that actually, even though it's slightly incorporeal, you're in its slightly manifested form, you're able to actually get a grip on it.
I think in like a booming angelic voice, like, I got it, everyone. Sort of like this really loud proclamation.
Okay. And now, top of the order, Bazzozan.
But now, fucking hold it still. Is it more out of the window, or is it more in the hospital room in this current moment?
There's enough of it out of the window, because it tackled you. It's right in your face. Part of it's like above you.
Yeah, is it just being held there? Does it have like a throat?
Does it have like a throat?
Maybe.
Does it have a jugular?
Meaningfully do anything? Probably. Well, I don't know if you know that. It has a throat.
Let's just try and taking the other throwing knife and say, normally I prefer the distance, but this will have to do. And I'm just gonna try and kind of sweep the jugular.
Go ahead and make a strength plus melee check, or dex plus melee check. We determined for the daggers, I think.
Is I don't want to ask for too much, but is my grappling helping in any way?
It is not going to be more difficult. So difficulty 6.
Hell yeah.
3 successes.
Nice. Go ahead and roll me the damage, which is normally, I believe, just the weapon damage. Plus, I don't think dagger gets a plus. So roll your dex value plus the number of successes you got.
Okay. And what difficulty is that?
6 again.
Oh shit, that's 0.
Okay. Yeah, you get it in there and like it connects, but it's kind of like it sticks in there and the thing's just not bothered at all.
Wait, don't you did you add the 3? Was it 3? I get confused sometimes of like 3 dice or 3 flat. Because you said add the number of successes.
Yeah,
to
it's
the
all
roll,
it's
right?
all dice.
Oh, okay, okay.
So you rolled your dex plus your the number of
3.
successes you got.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yep, I did. So,
Cool.
oh, you're going to make this so difficult, aren't you?
I thought you were supposed to be good at this.
That hurts. I'm going to. I'm going to step. Can I? I mean, if Cephrial currently is really grappling this thing, can I step back in the hospital room, assess, and pull out 2 more knives out of the jacket?
Yeah, that's fine. You can kind of even move through it.
Okay. Yeah. I'll just kind of step out of the way and just like, excuse me. Yeah. Okay.
Cool. And you kind of with that, after you go through, it is now the Wraith's turn. And it is going to turn in your grasp and kind of try to grab you back to get control of this grapple. So roll strength plus brawl, and we're going to see how this goes.
Sometimes you build a character and then you play them the opposite way. What's the difficulty?
6.
I have 1 success.
Cool. It got 2.
Woo!
So you kind of see, you like are gripping it, and it kind of just folds its arms into itself, and then pulls your arms aside and grabs you back. And you feel like it's about to, for lack of a better word, take you with it falling out the window.
Oh.
That's just the vibe. Like, it's not doing that currently, but you feel the sort of motion of it starting to lean backwards.
All right, it's trying to take me. Let's not. Just very matter of fact, like, this is the situation we're in, and it sucks, so we have to, like, just deal with it.
Just Fang's entire personality summarized in one sentence.
Micah, it's your go.
Okay, I'm going to use my lore. I'm going to use 4C. So we're going to roll wits plus intuition. That is 7 successes. Awesome.
What? Jesus!
So,
the low
Lex,
torment version.
you literally gave me these physical dice to like make me not roll crap. I haven't used them once, but they apparently are the key.
They're possessing your virtual dice. That's 5, 10, 8, 6, 8, 10, 5, 10, 8. What the fuck?
Lucifer has blessed us this day.
So and what does 4C do for?
I was gonna say I wish I could say it was like some like world-ending cool ass attack. It's not. But for 7 turns now, I'm out of the order of initiative.
Whoa.
I cannot be taken by surprise, and so pretty much as everyone else in the order announces what they're doing, I can just interject at any point.
You just like leave time.
Oh my god!
Yeah, pretty much.
That's amazing.
So I don't know if that takes up my entire turn.
Yeah, so lore does.
Okay.
You can still move and stuff, but yeah. Cool. So you see Micah just kind of do that, and you guys again all feel that sort of pulse of creation moving again as something, one of your lores is triggered.
And do you know when I would be able to start using it? Would be the next round of orders? Okay.
That's what I would do. Next is Zara.
That's me. So I think what I would do in this current moment is try to like, almost like sort of dive between Fang and this Wraith, and like sort of like aggressively push both ways, like Wraith out the window and Fang behind me, kind of thing.
Okay. Go ahead. We'll say that's a grapple. So go ahead and roll strength plus brawl.
That's
How
my
many
favorite thing
people
to
can we
roll.
get in the grapple?
You have nothing to roll?
No, I said that's my favorite thing to roll.
Oh, I thought you said you have nothing to roll that. I was like, why? Don't make my same mistake.
I have 0 dice in this. I'm actually dead.
No, I have 10 dice in this. Don't worry about it.
Wait, Zara's buff.
Yeah, I'm strong as hell.
Difficulty
Wait.
7.
Okay.
Mommy.
10s explode, right?
Yes.
Okay, hang on, let me organize these.
That's always a lovely question.
Okay, so 2 failures, 7, 8 successes.
Oh my
Okay.
god.
And just for people, when Addie's mentioning failures, anytime you roll a 1, it subtracts the number of total successes you get. So you rolled 6 successes, right?
Yes, I rolled 6 successes. I always give every number.
Yeah.
Just
So
for
you
clarification.
you're good. So you kind of just get in there and just feel that sort of primal rage go through you, and you just push him across. Fang, or Cephrial in this case, you just kind of stumble back as Zara pushes you away, and you see the thing pushed again out of the window.
It's a mommy wolf pack protection. Because she's the spirit of
Awoo, bitches.
woo bitches. That's the next T-shirt, or the first T-shirt.
And then Seth, it's your go.
I'm gonna look at her. And be like, thank you. And then I still have supernatural vision. Can I see through the other side of the window?
Yep. You can see everything. You can almost even because when you're looking directly through the portal, you can even see this other realm superimposed over this realm.
Could I make some sort of check to see if I think this is like the Slayer's realm, like that they've been working on?
I'm just going to say, if you think that, yes.
Okay, that's what I think, and so that's what
You are
Cephrial's gonna
allowed to
think.
believe that, yes.
Okay. I just don't want it to be like totally like, nope, you're taking the game off the rails somehow. I see it. Is it like looking like it's gonna charge again?
It is currently kind of like recoiling from having
Right,
just been
okay.
shoved off of you.
Okay. Then I'm going to sort of. Okay, here's my plan.
Tell us.
I'm gonna fly through the portal. I'm
Okay.
going to start flying around it and sort of distracting it. And I'm gonna just hope that my buddies can do something about it. Because I have high dodge, and then in this form I also have enhanced dodge, which I have to look up what that does.
So basically, you're moving through and then prepping a dodge action.
Right, I'm just moving through it and like dodging around and like trying to keep its attention on me while I'm just like hopefully unhittable.
Sounds good. Okay. You kind of see, so at the bottom of the order, after you kind of fly through the window, you see the privacy curtains just like briefly open, and Susan enters the room and is just like, what the fuck? And then looks and is like, oh fuck. And she...
Mommy?
Mommy?
Sorry. Mommy? Perfect. 'Cause literally, my next turn was probably gonna be to go find Susan.
Yay!
We need Mom to come fix this for us. Mom, can you come pick us up?
Mom, I'm scared.
You kind of see her,
Takes out a gun and
Mothers never leave home without them.
Susan uses GAT.
a full Tommy gun.
So you see her, like, look at one of the kind of like the small, like, little plant bushes in the corner of the room, and just kind of points at it and says something, and
Oh my god, Mommy rolled so many dice.
Okay.
Dommiest, mommiest.
Zara, do you feel jealous of this new
Yeah,
dummy
Zara's
model?
not even worthy this title.
Is she feeling threatened?
Zara never feels threatened.
So you see her kind of, as she's doing that, you see her just kind of look really, almost as if, she's in pain as she's doing this, and the bush, starts to sprout longer and longer, and it is sprouting with thorns as it's going through. You see this just start shooting through this portal into the window, and
Oh my god, she even has like the rose trope from anime, like oh, Rose Mommy,
this thing is going to roll.
thorny. She's thorny.
It's Steven Universe.
It is. She's. I was gonna say a spoiler. She's rose quartz.
You see this
Oh.
thing not you see this thing didn't roll well as it's going through. And you see that the plant almost clips you, Zara, but she's able to angle it in a way that it doesn't. But you clearly don't want to touch it. It goes out the portal and it starts to degenerate in the same way, but now it looks almost like more gnarly and not fun to touch. It goes straight through this creature, and the creature looks to be kind of it is clearly injured by this thing. It goes through and takes a nice chunk out of the central bit of ectoplasmic ghostly goodness.
That's my new Discord status, thank you.
And she as she does that, you just hear her top of the order, Baz.
I think I've had about enough of ghosts. I already watched that one movie. It's nothing like this. And then he's going to step so that he can clearly see this thing. So it's in this kind of, I'm gonna call it, the Slayer realm or ethereal or whatever. Yeah. Hands through, fucking, just like throwing knives.
Yep, go ahead.
Okay, all right. Let's do this.
I'd say it's a little bit further out, so it's about difficulty 6 now, not to your point blank difficulty 4.
That's 9 successes.
Is that across both knives or just one?
I just kind of pictured throwing a bunch of knives because he's annoyed as hell, but it was just throwing a knife.
Jesus fuck. Okay, roll Dex plus the number of successes, please.
Is this Moon Knight? Random bullshit. Go.
Okay, so would that be +5, so 14?
14 dice. Yeah, we'll say 14 dice.
Okay, what's the difficulty?
It's gonna be 6.
Mother of
that's
God!
11. That's 11.
Oh my.
You're rolling
Watching
really
that
well.
physically roll.
I mean, you can go look in the foundry. It's
Holy
No,
all
it's
there.
fine. Just
It's
Christ.
there. Good lord.
Good God!
No, I keep going to Foundry to like watch the dice roll across the screen. It's so satisfying when it's just like a giant chunk of dice.
It was. Oh my.
yeah.
I'm imagining if Cora was rolling that individually with his one die that one time. Just
No,
So funny.
I have two.
So you just you throw like your knives and you see one like go through the middle of its chest and then another right in the head, and you see as they're moving through they're getting much more rusty in that same fashion as you saw before, and the thing just it sticks directly in. And the second knife actually turns almost immaterial as the wraith creature just kind of explodes into nothingness.
Frustrating. It's nothing like Ghostbusters. Okay, I'll like yoink my head back through.
And
I'm flying around, right? So I see this happen.
yeah, it's dead.
Okay, I'm gonna fly back.
Or
in
it
a
is.
second.
It was dead before. It's no longer around.
It's dead to electric boogaloo. I'm gonna fly back through the portal if I can.
Yeah, you come back through, and are you dropping your form when you come back through?
Yeah, I think if I see Susan there, I might strut like a little bit longer and then come out of it because I did have eminence. I do have quite a bit of eminence, so I just want to like, you know,
Okay,
I know when you're hot, you want like all the baddies to see it, right? So
that's fair. You as you come through, you just kind of see her look at the plant, look almost Zara, you know the look that she's giving, and it's kind of the same look that you had when you were making your juice the night before. And you see her just kind of take the plant and throw it. You'd say out the window, but it's now just through that portal. She takes the remainder of the plant and just tosses it to the other side.
I'm not gonna say anything, but I'm just gonna walk closer to her and just look at her, just kind of like, I get it. Kind
What
of
the
convey
fuck was that?
Quick question. Something that was on my mind. When it went back through the portal, were we able to like see it clearly then?
Yes.
Okay. Was its face just like nothingness, or was it recognizable? I.e., I'm trying to figure out if this wraith was like Abigail or nope, just
Not recognizable. Nope.
Okay.
Just kind of a miscellaneous ghost.
Okay.
And,
I
go ahead.
would answer her. Don't know. I don't know.
That would be why we're so concerned about this thing. It is able to teleport, and I believe we now know how it's doing it.
Fuck. And then she's like cursing, and then she looks at like the knife in the wall and goes, "Fuck."
I can take that. I'll just like take that, like put it in the jacket. Like, you could just replace them. It's a teeny bit of drywall. Terribly sorry.
Shut the fuck up. All right. Did you learn anything important through this?
Yes, several things, and we will no longer need to speak to your patient. So we'll get out of your hair now.
Appreciated. I'll escort you downstairs.
Yeah, just shooing everyone out.
Is there a way to close that, or is that?
Now that I know it's here, I might know a person who can help me out. Is that
It's seventh house.
Slayers.
Oh, okay, I can reach out to that guy. That's fine. All right, out. And she just starts pushing you guys out of this room. Yeah, you kind of, well, not even with the broom. You just see her starting to move you guys out, and like
So handsy.
the nurses of the critical care unit are just kind of like looking at you, and she shoots them a look back, and it's just like they just go right back to their computers.
Sorry, Aunt Susan.
Oh no, she's pushing us. Oh no.
She takes you to the elevator. She gets in the elevator with you and takes you to the first floor. Is there anything else you want to do in the hospital before she shoos you out?
I want to ask a question.
Take a
Sure.
wheelchair.
We'll let Zara go first before we deal with the comedy.
Who are you contacting? Who's helping you close that thing?
Just there's a demon by the name of, dude goes by his common name Gerald, but you've probably heard of the guy named Ravagon. Gets into everybody's fucking business. He can probably help me deal with this. If anyone would like to make a lore check, you are welcome to do so.
Yes.
What would that be?
It's lore plus intelligence. If you don't have lore, you won't have memories of the past.
Wait, legacy, you mean?
Legacy, you're right. Derp.
Legacy
So many
plus...
L words.
Sorry, it was legacy plus.
Intelligence.
Legacy plus intelligence, and if you have no legacy, you can still roll it at +5 dice.
If I don't have legacy, I can still roll it.
Everyone gets +5 dice to this roll.
Oh, +5.
I have 3 successes.
Eminence makes everything a little easier.
Add 4 successes.
Okay.
That high legacy.
What's the DC? Sorry.
6 normal.
Okay. This is confusing.
Did you roll Bazzozan? What'd you get? 2. Okay.
I got 3 successes. I
Okay.
kept exploding, and then I kept rolling ones. They like cancel themselves out.
All good. Anyone who rolled 2 successes, you know Ravagon as a demon who was specifically, he was of the Alabaster Legion, and it's very hard to tell what house he was part of because he knew a couple lores from a lot of different houses. Normally not like the more powerful versions of said evocations, but knew at least the basics of enough of them. And he would get into the business of a bunch of other legions and would normally just kind of show up and go, I'm willing to help you to do something, normally at some form of cost. Feng, you are aware that he was a baron in anything but name. He didn't have an official rank, but he would go places and people would pay attention. Micah, you are aware that he is a very well-known. You actually know enough to know about his house. He is a slayer. You explicitly know that he dealt with many of their projects directly. He might have even spoken to you specifically with that role, just to kind of get direction to fiends that he could talk to. You are also aware, because of how you rolled, that he is also at some point did something very similar to something that you did in the past.
I was literally, when you mentioned all his other lores, I was going to ask.
Specifically, you know that he was very, very close friends with a fiend who was effectively slayed in battle, and during the kind of the degradation process knew that he consumed said fiend. And you can also know that he gained one of the celestial forms, the sort of things that you can do. A piece of their celestial form that he manifests every time he goes into his apocalyptic form.
And what was his name again?
Ravagon is the demonic name.
Gerald was his human name?
Yes.
So unfortunate.
Gerald Ravagon. Hi, I'm Gerald.
Not to call out, but there is an IRL person amongst my workers whose last name is Bumpus, and I'm so tempted to just make that a whole character.
If you get a thrall, you can name them Bumpus.
But yeah, you know that he has you guys know all that information about him. She says, yeah, he's been in the city for a couple months now, getting into everybody's shit. And this seems like something he might be able to help with, or at least direct me to someone who could. So
since we have his celestial name, we can just, this is out of character, we can just like say Ravagon a bunch of times and be like, hey, what's up?
Yeah.
And he must have felt us pinging him when we've said his name.
Yeah, when she said his name, like, she even goes, I'll talk to you later. Yep, it was an accident this time.
Oh, did you butt dial Ravagon?
Imagine what that must be like. That anytime you try to be like, you can't gossip.
You hear in your head now, Fang. Excuse me, I don't recognize this name. Did you call me?
Yes, actually, we're actually next to your friend right now, and we need there's some funny business with the Slayers. She can actually explain, and we just kind of want to know, you know, friend to friend of my friend is also my friend, is a thing that people say. And
I mean, that is a thing that I say. Yes, yes. Okay. What do you need?
well, our friend here would like you to close a strange portal, but it has to do with the Slayers, and we, short term closing this portal, very important. Longer term, some funny business going on. We've been sent to take care of this by the tyrant, and we need, beyond closing the portal, what is this thing? It doesn't look like any celestial that I've ever seen, not even during, or maybe actually was reminiscent of stuff that we saw during the war. The really fucked up sort of Silver Legion shit, but this is the Alabaster Legion. It's weird. I don't understand. Anyway, do you want to help us?
You seem like you might need some help. I will do my best to make time for you. Maybe later this evening.
Oh, thank you so much.
What is your name?
So, as far as cultures go, like it would be polite to tell them my like celestial name, right?
It would be polite because you have the ability to ping him.
Cephrial at your service. Fang, if you don't want to, invoke me.
Of iron? Iron?
Yes.
All right.
Iron Legion.
Understood. So then you're probably not getting up to any weird things. Yes. I'll give you I'll ping you. I'll ping you later. I'll send you a mental IM.
Thank you so
Yeah,
much.
is there a word demons use of like
It has not
Slang.
become standardized yet.
Some people do. I'll text you and a big wink in public, and it's sort of weird.
So
Baz
yeah,
does that for sure.
Let's make it a poll. Let's make this a Twitter poll.
I'll text you. Wink.
And they say the word wink out loud.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
I'm gonna like sort of look over at Susan and be like, all right, he's gonna help us later tonight. Sorry, I didn't mean to like. I figured we've done enough to you, so here, let me do something for you.
I appreciate that. She
Gerald
says
said-
cautiously.
Gerald said he would try to make time tonight to help with the portal. And then you also heard I wasn't trying to be like quiet about my side of the conversation. So, and like we want to get to the bottom of this. It's actually kind of fun. These bozos aren't half bad for demons.
Are you talking about the ones that died?
No, my friends.
Okay.
You know, me who's only been by your side for like literally eons or whatever.
It is Steven Universe.
Just if I find anything else out, I'll let you know. Let me know if you're going to come back into my hospital.
I will.
And
Bye.
the elevator door opens up and she just starts ushering you out.
Yep. All right, thank you. Oh no. Don't touch me.
She doesn't touch you.
She respects consent. Makes her even more attractive. All right, bye.
So, you guys have a little bit more information.
Indeed.
It seems like a decent place to wrap up, unless we want to get involved into something else immediately. But we can leave that.
Baz will have a post-credit scene, but for now we can wrap up the main.
Well, one thing I
I will.
wanted to do
Yeah,
is
because we know nothing's going on until the evening, so we can
Right.
give a couple
Right.
scenes before the events.
all right. I want to I guess like probably a little awkwardly like I guess like tap on Baz's shoulder and like go like that, like I'm going to whisper something to you.
What? I'll lean in.
I want to come with you, but I need time to take care of my kid first.
That's okay, I have other business to attend to.
All right. See
Yeah.
you later.
Sure. Did you want a muffin?
I don't care about your damn muffins.
Okay, fine. I'll just get one for Hugo. He'd like chocolate.
He loves chocolate, yeah.
Also.
Do you know the Muffin Man? That's what I'm
The
hearing.
Muffin Man.
The Muffin Man.
So, let's see. Let's switch the camera over slightly. What are Micah and Fang gonna do for the next couple hours?
You want a cheeseburger?
I would love a cheeseburger.
Fully gonna go get a cheeseburger.
All right.
Cephrial,
Old Bay
like,
cheeseburger.
we did a lot of work. We deserve a cheeseburger. Is something that I like Fang's sort of like laissez-faire attitude, free-spirited sort of thing, kind of coming to the surface. Like, God, this meat sack wants a cheeseburger, so let's go get a cheeseburger.
And I assume you're getting a fancy cheeseburger since you want Old Bay on it, not a McDonald's cheeseburger. Got it.
We just go to like a local
we just
spot
carry-
that has Old Bay. Oh, we carry Old Bay on us.
Now, before we get to Baz's shit, you're gonna go check up on Hugo because I know Baz's stuff is gonna be
Spicy.
wacky. So you get home. It's about end of school time. Then Hugo's just trekking in with his little backpack and. Hi, Mom.
Hi, sweetie. How was school?
Oh. All right. I assume you've changed, right? Because you've been
Mhm.
injured.
Yeah.
Okay. It was all right. Miss Chorba was very happy with me and my project, so we did good things. The paper towel project went real well.
Oh, she's your science teacher, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that's great. Do you need help with your homework tonight or no?
I don't think so. It's just math.
Okay.
Can I watch cartoons first?
Can you do half your math problems and then you can watch a little bit?
Half of only my math problems. Got it.
Okay.
So he goes and starts doing his homework and
No, wait, make her roll manipulate for her own son.
let's
Like
do
a
a
good
contested
parent.
roll.
Yeah,
Contested roll.
be a classic standard parent and manipulate your child.
We were gonna
Oh.
make this a wholesome scene, but now it's a JoJo's Bizarre Adventure scene. Everyone roll 10d10. It doesn't matter what your stats are. No, I'm
I was
kidding.
gonna say, Addie and I both work with kids, so we do know that any task
Oh.
is a contested roll
It's
every
absolutely
time.
contested every single time. Aitch, thank you, because
It-
the pain.
It was until the kid realized he only has to do he successfully negotiated half of only his math homework. Didn't address English, didn't address science, didn't address any of the other subjects.
But
I
he
am
lied
far
about
too
only
tired.
having math.
I just got beat up by a spirit, dude. Like, I am not having it today. I gotta pick my battles.
Oh, you know what might be let me ask Addie really quick. Do you
Yeah.
think I feel like I know the answer, but I'll let you answer. Does Zara like try to hide her wounds from the rest of the group as we're like leaving, as we're like splitting up?
It was an obvious wound.
I think it would
If
be
it helps.
obvious, but in terms of her personality, she's always going to hide everything about her. She's very secretive. She doesn't mention it even.
I think like I hate to jump back in time, but just be like, "Are you okay?"
I think so. Why?
I can help.
All right. How?
Well, it's one of my I can heal.
All right.
This was sorry. This
Awakening
was
2, I think.
yes. I have. Well, okay. Awakening 2. Because I think Awakening 3 also.
Oh, I might have just been stupid.
No. Because I think Awakening 3 heals bashing, but I don't know about lethal. I am also looking for it.
It is heal. It heals either one level of either all bashing or one level of lethal or aggravated damage per success.
Okay. So I think I roll stamina plus medicine. I say, can I touch it? the wound.
Sure. All right.
What is your torment, by the way?
My torment is 3.
Are you spending a faith point to make sure you don't accidentally trigger the high torment version of this evocation?
I think it's important to do that, and I can be a little bit more liberal with my faith points.
Okay.
So I will have used 2 faith points this episode, but I'm going to roll my stamina plus medicine. This is a flashback.
Yep.
Stamina. Okay.
Flashback is I'm like addressing like redoing my jackets and like making sure
Yeah,
that my
like there's
face is
like all the
covered.
like tattered clothing.
Yeah.
What is the difficulty?
I believe it's always 6 for lore,
Okay.
unless it says otherwise in the evocation itself.
Gotcha. 2 successes.
2 successes rolled, right?
I got 3 successes and 1. I think 1.
Okay, and you get the free success from the faith point, so it's 3 successes total.
Gotcha.
That's important to note, because if it had only been 2 successes, you would have accidentally done some bad.
Gone a little bit
Yeah.
of torment.
Yep. So it's always one. It's the faith points you spend are always 1 point of 1 free success to
Gotcha.
going towards avoiding that. So yeah,
Cool.
Cephrial touches you, and you just kind of like, it's probably not in an obvious place because you're in the middle of the town, but touches you, and you just kind of see less the flesh knit back because you're familiar with the lore of the flesh, and more of just kind of it. Bright light fills the wounds, and sort of you just see the flesh come back.
That one's on the house, kiddo. And then I walk off.
I say nothing.
What are y'all's ages? Who is actually?
I think that was definitely more of like Cephrial coming to the, because I'm second house, so like I feel like I had perhaps been around, so like that was like Cephrial being like, kiddo. Fang is like 24.
Yeah, my human version is in my mid-30s.
Yeah, so it's a 24-year-old thing. That one's on the house, kiddo, to a 36-year-old woman with a child.
But like reeling back to the present, I would like to say to my son, Mr. Bass is coming over briefly, but you're allowed to say hi.
Oh, okay. Wait, I'm not allowed to say hi normally?
Well, you are, of course, but he can't hang out long. We're going somewhere. Him and
Yeah,
I.
he wasn't on the train today, so
Might have been busy.
kind of
I don't know.
was kind of lonely. He's
I'm
funny.
sorry, sweetheart. He can be.
Okay.
Just
I'll
make
get
sure
him.
not to.
I have to show him the new meme. What?
Just make sure not to stay up too late because I will be going out.
Okay.
So if I'm not home before 10, you know to be in bed by 10.
Yes, Mom.
Thank you, sweetie.
Okay. And we'll switch over to Baz. What are you gonna do in the couple hours you got before you're gonna meet Amir?
Oh, no, I'm gonna try and meet June first.
Before 11? Before the 11 o'clock train ride?
Well, wait, what time is it right now? I thought we were dealing with... Because I thought it was like relatively noon.
It was noonish. You have a couple hours before 5 p.m. And I think you gave June the time frame of 11 p.m. If you want to change that, that's fine.
Oh, I said 4 p.m.
Oh, 4 p.m. I misheard. Oh, yeah, so 4 p.m. You're on the train, and you just kind of see the woman from the retail store that you were at.
Okay.
Just kind of sitting in one of the chairs, looking very, very terrified.
Yeah, Bass is gonna come forward and immediately just like sit down right next to her. You know, it's a train, so naturally he folds his legs up and goes cross-legged and says, "Oh,
What do you want?
I mean, I could go for a Kit Kat or a muffin. World peace? No, that's a joke. I want to talk to you. See, well, I don't like leaving, what's the word, loose ends, but I don't want to hurt you. No, it's not about hurting. See, I have something more important. Because you and I know what I can do. Hmm?
She looks like she's, like, trying not to cry. Yeah, but she's nodding.
We don't need a reminder, do we? Are you sure? I'm going to make you a deal, June. You don't want to be in this convenience store your whole life. You want more than that, don't you?
Very tentative nod
Mhm.
after, like, a little bit of a pause.
And you'd prefer if you never saw me again.
Emphatic nodding.
I'm willing to offer you a chance, an opportunity. Let's consider it. See, I can change appearances whenever I want, to whoever I want. But I can also make you more, make you beautiful, make you, well, an object of desire in this modern day and age. And you'll never see me again. All you have to do in return, June, is turn on the news for Baltimore every day at 9 a.m. And as you see this desolate hell collapsing on itself, and the streets running red, you remember and you believe who's doing it.
She nods tentatively. And I assume this is where you're going to start enacting a pact.
Yes.
Okay.
Hell yeah, that's so cool.
We can work on that one off screen. But you start explaining to her exactly what that means, and we'll go from there.
Cool.
And that's a good place to end.
Hell yeah.
All right. Well, thank you all for coming. Thank you, my players, again, for always being amazing players
Thank
and
you
for
for the
not
game,
dying.
Thank you for the
Congratulations.
game.
Yes, thank you for
Congratulations
running the
on first
game.
combat.
Yay, first combat!
I did it! First combat, that wasn't just Baz murdering someone.
Not someone, cops.
Right,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, it was a ghost. Being a ghostbuster. No.
Right.
Actually, yeah, he did. No, is it murder for self-defense? Yes.
Is it even murder if it's already dead?
Mm?
Wow.
That's
it's only second-degree murder because it's like re-murder.
Second degree murder once removed? I can never figure out.
Yeah, it's one of those.
I'm sorry. Resident Evil re-murder.
Re-murder.
Okay. So again, I am Mirrored Ankh. I am representing Meta Initiative, who has been our gracious hosts for our Good Intention stream. We should be back next week, and I will let all of our players introduce themselves and talk about any cool projects they might be up to. We'll go right around the screen, so starting with Zara.
Yay! Okay. Hi, my name is Addigale. I'm Addylicious on Twitter, ADDYLISHUS. It's on your screen. You'll figure out how to spell it, even though it's really hard. I'm a voice actor, and I am a writer and a school teacher, and I do a bunch of different stuff, but mostly it's creative. So if you want to check out the things that I'm doing, you can go onto my Twitter. That's where I'm most active. What's coming up soon for me is more audio dramas that I will be casting soon. Very excited for that. But yeah, thanks for the game, Mog. This has been great. I love being Mommy Dummy.
And aren't you in the trailers for Wayfarer Station, a solo journaling game that's coming out?
I am in the trailers for Wayfarer Station, a game that is coming soon. Thank you very much.
It's really, you got to check out the Twitter. These trailers are like wild. It's a solo journaling game with the like production value of like a video, like an indie video game.
That's me.
Our dear friend Baz.
Oh, yeah. Hi. Hello. My name is Core, and I don't have a Twitter handle, and I will constantly be memed on for that. Um, I'm not a voice actor, but just working on my own little side projects and continuing to just do what I do every day. So, grateful to be here and hoping to put on one hell of a show. Thank you.
Andy's
Woo.
gonna be a voice actor for me soon, so
Ooh, so you
Oh,
can't say
yeah,
that
right.
bit anymore. You can't say that you're not a voice actor anymore.
gotcha.
Shoot. Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Voice actor in Potentia.
Sure.
Mhm.
Fame.
I am Lex, aka Titanomachy RPG, which is actually on screen, so I think it's as hard, if not harder, to spell than Addylicious. So please follow Addy, and if you run out of effort but in the middle of mine, I understand. I make a lot of weird, unhinged subclasses for D&D 5th edition. I also make my own games. I even made a system to make games called Caltrip Core, which is a D4 based system. Really easy to pick up. Everything you need is on one page. And the SRD has a bunch of other tips on how to make your first game. If you've been wanting to make a TTRPG, but you think everything is 300-page Demon of the Fallen, it's not. You can just make a one-page game with a D4 and have some fun with your friends. People are making games like all types. It's wild. Someone made Dragons and Dragoons, Buccaneers and Bounty. There's like a bunch of cool games coming out. Someone did a Noir Heist that's releasing next week. Like it's a total accident that I made it, but you should use it because people seem to like it, and it looks like it works well.
It is very good. I have bought it and looked through it. It is very nice.
Thank you, Ankh.
And last but not least, we have Micah.
What up? Hello, I am Aitch. At me, the tiny beast, probably the easiest one of these to spell because I use normal words. I do this. Yeah. No, yeah, I do this, and I don't know. We'll see if as the casting calls come flooding in. But yeah, so
Well,
that's it.
we will hopefully be on next week, barring any issues. We will continue the investigation into the murder of these two demons in Baltimore and see how I can fuck up my players. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.